it is tea time. Families, what's up? It's your girl KJ. Welcome back. How y'all doing? What y'all doing? Let's catch up. It is still Black History Month, so again, happy Black History Month to all of you. Also, it is also Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to all my peeps out there. I hope you guys are being safe. I hope you guys have a good time. I hope it's romantic and whatever else you expect your Valentine's to be. This week we are going to be doing another review. Instead of doing a movie review, I'm going to be doing a television review of the TV shows that I'm currently watching right now. As I said in my last video, for the month of February, since it is Black History Month, I am going to be reviewing all things Black. So Black media, Black culture, Black topics, you know, that kind of thing, because why not? So we're going to go ahead and get right into our review because it is tea time. Yes. This time I came prepared for y'all. I took notes, okay, while I was watching these shows because, like I said, my brain is not, it's just not what it used to be. You know, that's what the old folks say. It's not what it used to be. So I took notes. And actually, I'm a liar. So I am going to review some of my favorite TV shows. But if we have time, I'm also going to review a recent movie that I just watched. So we'll see if we have time to get to that. So let's get started. As I said before, I am an avid watcher of all of the ishes. So Blackish, Mixedish, Grownish, I watch all of those. So that's what we're going to be reviewing today. We're going to start with, I think I'm going to start with Mixedish, just because I have the least notes on that one. If you are unfamiliar with that one, it's almost like a prequel show to Blackish. It is the story of the mother her name in the show is Rainbow Johnson, who was played by one of my faves, Tracee Ellis Ross. I just love her. She's so funny. So it's just about basically how she grew up as a mixed child. She had a black mother, white father in America in the 80s. Coming into it, it's on its second season, or I'm not sure if it's on its second season or if the second half of its first season, because ABC does that weird thing with those shows, so I'm not exactly sure. But so far it's better than I expected. I was expecting it to be I don't know, cheesy, or corny. I don't know. I just expected not to like it, but I actually like it more than I thought it would. It definitely has there's comedy in there. There's references to things that come on in Blackish, but it definitely brings out those topics and issues that were important during that time, that are still important today. Things that maybe the generation before me can understand, my generation can understand, and obviously the one after me. well, that makes me sound old. The generation after me can understand as well. So, yeah, I really like it actually. But one of the main things that was happening this week in the episode was that Rainbow's mother, or Tracy Ellis's mother, at the time was working at a law firm. She's working at her father-in-law's law firm. Well, that's a tongue twister. And obviously, she married a white man, so her father-in-law is white, and he's Republican. So there's that, and she had just made partner at the firm. But not only was she already had the whole stigma of being a black woman, being a black person in a white or Caucasian dominated field, and she was a woman, so that was also a problem because at that time most workplaces were a male dominated field. So she had made partner, and she didn't feel like that, and she wasn't being treated as such. So she was having problems with them making racist jokes or sexist jokes or wanting to do things that probably were unethical. And as a woman, if you're any person should have a problem with it, but especially as a woman already being the outcast, she didn't understand how to deal with those issues. But more importantly, as a black person, she didn't understand how to go about speaking up for herself and letting them know that it's not okay to say those things. So she was essentially dealing with something of the bystander effect, so to speak. And I just think that's very important for today, because we still have a lot of that going on. There's still a lot of people that struggle with that in the workplace, although times may have changed a little bit in that sense, where we are seeing more women in our workspaces. We are seeing more people of color in our workspaces. It's still a problem with people saying things or doing things that us as black people we don't find comfortable. We find it offensive, and some of us still have trouble figuring out how do we say something is offensive without jeopardizing our jobs and our livelihoods. So I thought that was really important to showcase on TV, especially at a time like that where it probably was 10 times harder for a woman to do it, especially a black woman. So just having that conversation started and circulated, I think, was important. So that was basically it for my point for that. I didn't really get too deep into it, but yeah, I kind of liked it, and I think that's really why I like that show so much, because it not only does it make you think about how times haven't really changed that much, but it's also the conversation starter, and it also is it also takes a gray area problem and kind of, I don't want to say make it black and white, because it obviously isn't, but it simplifies it. That's a better way of explaining it. It simplifies a gray area problem to where you can start to have the conversation. You can understand where the right and wrong is and how to meet in the middle. So there you go. That was very hard for me to put together. Anyways, the next one I'm gonna do Blackish. I'm saving Grownish for last because I have a lot of notes on that one. So for Blackish was important because that one is most current to where we are, I think, in terms of racism and the allies who fight with us against it. So in that episode, I forgot to put the disclaimer at the beginning, but again, if you watch these shows and you have not yet watched these episodes, this is going to be a spoiler alert for you, because I'm basically telling you about the episode. So do not watch if you have not seen it yet. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. So basically this episode is about how Rainbow's cousin, who is on the white side of her family, has joined the Black Lives Matter protest, or he's just figured out about a new tragedy in the Black community, and he goes into an uproar and is demanding that her husband, Dre Johnson, who is played by Anthony Anderson, and he wants to recruit him for, you know, for the Black Lives Matter cause, and putting plan into action and things like that, about getting involved and, you know, stopping white people from being racist, and for the inequality of Black people and things like that. But the problem is, I'm trying to say this in a way that isn't offensive, because it happens every day, and a lot of times white people, you guys don't even see that you're doing it, and it comes off offensive sometimes when we try to explain it to you. So essentially, in the show, like, he wanted to protest against the Board of Education because, you know, the schools in nicer neighborhoods, or the private schools in the inner city neighborhoods, are getting more funding than the inner city schools with the people of color and minority students. And he believed that if Dre joined the protest, or whatever the case may be, that it'll, you know, move them forward. And Dre had to explain to him that that is a start, but that isn't the main thing. So he in turn asked him, he was like, if you really want to make a change, why don't you put your kids in public school? And he looked at him like he had three heads, because they don't understand. Like, you can talk to your blue in the face, because that's what we've been doing. It's what our ancestors have been doing. It's what maybe some of your ancestors have been doing. Like Bernie Sanders, like, you know what I'm saying? All of the allies before, they've been walking. They've been protesting. They've been sitting. They've been fighting. They've been rioting. But what are the actions that you put into place? And then he counters that with saying, well, your kids aren't in public school either. But that's not the point. Like, my kids are Black. If my Black kids go to a Black school, that does nothing. That changes nothing. So that's important to me, because it's like, it's like you're helping, yes,